Hey everyone, KDJ here. It is our weekly picks. We'll pick about 5 or 6 games each week throughout the football season, starting now week 0, our first game, the marquee game of the schedule. Ramapo from New Jersey coming over the bridge, take on Somers in a rematch of last year's season opener, week 0, which was in New Jersey. You all remember how that went, right? Ooh, that touchdown should not have counted. It did. Somers lost. Somers goes on to win the state championship. Ramapo goes on and goes undefeated all the way to the state championship. They lose. Both teams coming into this game at 0-0. Ramapo lost pretty much everybody from last year's team. Somers, I know we're going to talk about the graduations they had, which we have done so far in the preseason. But they have enough back to go out there and win this game. Miguel Iglesias will step into the quarterback role. I imagine Somers is going to try and showcase him a little bit. And if he's smart, and me and him joked about this on media day, he's going to hand the ball to Mason Kelly. He's going to throw it to Dean Palazzolo, and all good things are going to happen. I think Somers is going to go out there. They're going to beat Ramapo, beat him 31-20 in a close game that Somers is going to pull away late on a night when they're going to honor the great Tony DiMatteo, former head coach, renaming him Tony DiMatteo Field at Somers High School. Next game up from Section 9, Newberg coming over playing Arlington. One of the toughest things year after year is to figure out what Newberg is going to be. Newberg in week 0, actually for them it's their second game, they are always a different team late in the season when they go on and win Section 9 in Class AA and make it to the state tournament. I will say Arlington coming in here, a lot to prove. This is the first of a 4-game showcase, by the way, from upstate, downstate at Arlington High School. The Friday night game, the 3 more games on Saturday. I think Arlington comes out, and as we said, that bad taste of losing in last year's section championship game is going to be taken out of their mouths. I think that they go out there, they win, they beat Newberg in their season opener. They get off to a good 1-0 start. They win 28-21. Next game, John Jay Cross River taking on Mamaroneck. Now, it has been well chronicled that I'm a big Mamaroneck fan going into the season because of the talent they have. Mika Baratuez, Harlan Glassman. I feel like this Mamaroneck team has been building for the year when they can really line up and overpower teams on the line of scrimmage, which they haven't been able to do year in, year out in Class AA play. Well, now they're taking on a Class A team in John Jay, which they have a lot to prove in the offensive and defensive line. I think this is just a good matchup, a good week 0 warm-up for Mamaroneck. I think they win this game 27-14. They win at home to go to 1-0. Next game, Harrison Yorktown, rematch of last year's unforgettable semifinal game. They play in a week 0 matchup. Harrison is, the thing that I always feel about Harrison is that when they're healthy, when this team is healthy the last couple of years, they can line up and play with anybody. They beat Rye last year in week 0 when they were the healthiest. Injuries kind of plagued them throughout the season, and yet they still made it to the section championship, including that win over Yorktown. Yorktown's going out there with something to prove. Caden Gonzalez taking the reins again at quarterback for the 3rd year in a row. He is a special player. Can they block Artem Baldamaj on the Harrison defensive front is going to dictate the entire game. If Caden Gonzalez has time to throw and he's able to run and make plays like we know he can, Yorktown's going to be in a position to pull off this upset. I don't know if they can. I don't know if this early in the season, this big of a game for Yorktown. I think Harrison goes and beats Yorktown again in this one. I think they do it with a 24-14 victory. And moving on down the list, the Orange Bowl is back. Pearl River taking on Tappan. Pearl River, decisive favorite in this game. I don't see any reason why they don't go out there with something to prove, especially because they've wanted to play this Orange Bowl so many times the last few years and haven't been able to get on the schedule. TZ playing an independent schedule, and now they finally get it on week 0. Pearl River goes over to Tappan and wins that game. I think they do it pretty convincingly, 28-7. Next game at Memorial Stadium on Friday night. Very cool for Dobbs, Ferry, and Pelham. Pelham, as you know, moving down from Class A to Class B. And they were a team that struggled last season. I think a fresh start for them in a new class, taking on a Class C team in Dobbs Ferry. I don't think I don't think Pelham has any issues with this game. I think they're going to be able to get to the quarterback. They're going to put pressure, and just the disparity of the size difference between these two teams. I think Pelham goes out there and wins this game 21-7. And our final game on the schedule, Putnam Valley at Byram Hills. Now, this was not a game that I would have earmarked as being one of the top games of week 0. But then the media day happened, and I looked at Byram Hills, and I looked at what they went through last year and the ups and the downs they had against that grueling schedule. And I think that Byram Hills is going to bounce back and be a very solid team this year in Class B. But I think Putnam Valley is going to be the team to beat, and based off of what you saw in the LOHUD voting from the coaches, Putt Valley is like the clear favorite to win Class C. Caden Glenn and this Putt Valley team, as I mentioned in our Game Day 1 preview show, Putt Valley walked in and for a Class C school was as physically impressive looking of a football team as there was at Media Day. I think Putt Valley is the start of something very big for them. To go on the road and beat Byram Hills, I think they do it. I think they do it in a tight game, 21-17. A win for Putt Valley kind of sets them on their way for a big season in Class C. Thank you for checking out the picks video here, and we'll see you in week 1.